Good evening and welcome to Talking Hoops. It's your girl, Coach T, joined by the lovely Coach Mac and the Ron Briscoe. And I know we missed last week. Unfortunately, as we all know, Hurricane Helen or Helene,
Helene.
sorry if I mispronounced the name, but the more important thing is the amount of destruction that was caused during that time. Unfortunately, took out power and caused lots of other issues. But we are back and we have an exciting show to start with. So, to start, as you guys know, I love to do a bit of controversy.
Oh, she went away? No, I saw her go up. I was just messing around. I was just making sure.
And thinking that all of us are just here, just playing around. So, hey, T, if you can hear us, you are not on the screen, so you might have to do the refresh. Or you know what? Try to restart your computer and see what happens. So, yeah, if you that good call there, Coach Mac, as far as sending our message. So, we'll just wait around. We'll wait for Coach T to restart her computer. You know what it is, Ron? I think she has to do like I keep saying this on my other shows. Sometimes you have to take up your laptop and do like an etch a sketch and just shake it back and forth to
No,
make
I'm
it
not
work.
doing. I'm not doing that. I'm just
What
gonna
about
say,
the Nintendo games? We used to have to blow into the cartridge for it to
Oh
actually
yeah,
work.
right. Remember those? Oh,
Yes, those
that
are the
was good
days
stuff
of
there.
those games.
that was the days. That was little tricks right there, huh?
It
And
was.
it would work.
Well, I mean, because what else are you gonna do? Well, then you also have people too, and yes, this is talking hoops, by the way, here live on Wednesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. Sometimes a little bonus time with Coach Mac, Coach T, who will be back with us here momentarily, and of course, Mr. Worldwide himself, Ron Briscoe. And there is Coach T. She comes back into the room. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, just having a few technical difficulties over here. Not sure where I got booted or how far you guys have gotten in the conversation.
Well, we found out that Ron just hit the lottery, and that Coach Mac is going to Hawaii come next week. So that's where we are.
Yes.
Ron, I'm gonna
You
have to
weren't
talk
supposed
to
to
you guys.
tell, man. Don't tell that girl that,
Sorry,
man.
Ron.
Please, because I know how she is about that money.
Hey, Ron, matter of fact, I actually need you to share a little piece of that with the Lakers
There
so we
she
can get
goes.
some
There
better
she,
players.
look, it's showtime. Let's get on with the show. We're talking about the Lakers.
I know
We're
we'll
talking about
circle back around to that because I'm
thank
not done with
thank
them.
thank
Oh
thank
boy.
I'm not done. As you guys know, I like to start off with a little bit of controversy. And unfortunately, while this isn't league controversy, will be a little controversy for the Talking Hoops crew. But
Yeah.
Coach Mack already knows where I'm headed.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I don't know where you had it.
oh, don't worry, Ron. I'm about to catch you up to speed. Aces facing elimination down 2-0 to the Liberty.
Yeah, I thought you were
And
going to start off with that.
let me
Mhm.
just put a little I'm not done yet. Coach Mac, just if you want to grab your tissues, I understand.
Yeah, I
My
thought she had a
feelings
heart
hurt.
attack last night, boy.
You-
Feelings
Woo.
hurt.
and Coach
Hurt.
Mac, it's never anything personal here. It's all love because I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them too. But no team in WNBA history has ever made a comeback being down 2-0.
Correct.
Yeah, unfortunately, that might be true. Looking at how Chelsea is not able to perform.
Hmm.
Obviously, I told you guys if she's not healthy, it's going to be questionable. And so she really hasn't been able to have many minutes. Obviously, when she's out there running, she doesn't look like she's completely healed, which
Hmm.
sucks because she's not able to play her game. Normally, Chelsea is like the catalyst of the Aces. And when you're taking that out, it's kind of hard for them to get into a flow. As you can see, is look like we're kind of like all over the place. It's pieces here, pieces there. There's no flow to how the Aces normally perform, and it's frustrating to watch, especially when you've been pulling for them all season. But it's not impossible. I still have faith in them. It's a deep faith, but I still got faith in them.
And coach, what about the change up in the lineup the coach made?
You know what? I was trying to figure out the other night, especially towards the end, why was
Mm-hmm.
KP not in the game until the last few seconds? And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm,
when she finally got in, obviously it was a turnover, as you saw the whole controversy about the ball. Who hit the ball last?
Hit the
mm-hmm.
Right?
girl's shoulder and went back out of bounds and hit her.
Come on now. So I was really really trying to figure out the whole lineup situation throughout the entire game and try to get an understanding of that because certain people should have been in at certain point and it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I guess kind of like towards the last say 5 minutes to about the 3 minute mark. You know, you had Tiffany Hayes in the game, and you had obviously Asia and the other players, Jackie and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got your shooter like KP, she is the shooter, and she's sitting on the bench. That's a critical piece. The timing of it was just not. It was just not right. So I don't know. I don't understand the strategy behind it. I understand they had some little flow going, but we needed more.
But when you
Now,
look at it, Coach, you really have to fault the Aces because they really had several grand opportunities
Yes.
to win the game. They go to the free throw line,
Mm.
they make one, they miss one, they
Mm-hmm.
miss two, they get the ball. Of course, like you said, Asia come down. She makes that a shot. She misses a couple, but then she hits a shot. They down by two. They had a chance to go down and make it a three. They throw it away. So it's not like they didn't have an opportunity to win the game because they come back and tie it up 81-81, and then all of a sudden it looks like spaghetti all over the place.
They did. And let's talk about that key layup that Asia missed that
Thank you.
went over. I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, that was truly the turning point there. And then obviously Tiffany missed that free throw too. But for sure, that was a critical moment.
And also, New York gave them a chance because Sabrina went to the line and she missed the
Yep.
first one, made the second one. Okay, what you gonna do? You gonna give her a chance to make that shot again? You know how deadly she is, like Steph Curry
Yes.
out there. But they had a chance to win. But another thing they did was they turned the ball over too many times. I was like,
mm.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
They turn it over like I'm
Yep.
turning my coffee over every morning.
But here's my thing, Ron. How often does the ball get turned over when Kelsey's in the game and when she's not in the game?
That's why I'm saying about the lineup, Coach. Now you
Yeah.
understand what I'm
Oh
talking
no, I
about.
too I totally agree. And that's why I couldn't understand why she was not in the game during the critical time that they
Well,
needed.
I will chime in on the fact that there did seem to be a little rift going on between Becky and Kelsey during
Really?
one of the timeouts. It
Mm,
appeared that Becky was going, pretty hard in a timeout on Kelsey. So, I wonder if there's maybe a little bit more going on behind the scenes.
true.
We don't know. We're not at practice. We're not there in those huddles. So we're not in the locker room, and so it's really hard to say, but definitely impactful. So we will see game three, excuse me. Yes, game
Yeah.
Yeah.
three. I will be going to game three.
Great.
So
Ah,
I will get to see it live. Yes, I will be in.
Vegas.
Yes, I will be in Vegas this weekend, and on Friday night I will be attending the Aces and Liberty game. So, Coach
nice.
Mack, either I can see an attempt at history being made, or
Hey, let's go for it.
or or I see the Liberty getting their revenge and moving
Let's
on
sweep.
to the championship round. So,
Or you can go ahead and win that $1 million and forget about talking to me after the show.
I'll take that too.
I don't know, Ron. See, because I need the money to spend the money to get the money, you
You
know?
got the money, girl. You lady luck. Go ahead. Go ahead. Your husband coming with you?
Yeah. No, I'm going with the friend.
Oh, that ain't fair.
I'm going with the friend this weekend for her birthday. So
Oh
We
my
Nice.
are,
goodness. A birthday in Vegas?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it'll be her first time in Vegas. So, I've been there
Cool.
1,000 times before. I have family there
So
as
I know
well.
you know the
But
little spots in Vegas then.
yes, yes.
Okay.
So looking to have a good
I'm not gonna say
time.
anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say
Yeah, I'll be sure to send you guys some live feed while I'm there at the game and see how that. And we'll have something to talk next Wednesday. That's for sure.
that's great.
Uh,
That's great.
yeah. Thanks, Ron. Now the Lynx and the Sun tied up 1-1, and what a game by both teams.
Woo!
Yes.
What a game by both teams.
Very physical,
What are
that's for sure.
where do we start, Coach Mack or Ron?
That
Who would like to?
Coach Mike, do your thing, girl. Because look, I'm gonna let y'all ladies go ahead and have the floor since it's the WNBA playoffs.
Oh, now Ron, we know you still the specialist, Ron.
No, no,
We still take you are a basketball guru. Is that his handle, Coach Mac? Is it the basketball
aficionado,
guru
aficionado,
The aficionado.
aficionado?
Let's
aficionado.
get the title right.
Yeah, let's get the title right. Coach Johnson.
Excuse me, Ron. Forgive me. Excuse me.
Don't let it happen again, girl. Aficionado. Let me pull closer to the camera. Come on, let's rock and roll.
Hey, well, what I can say is I am
Uh-oh.
pulling
Did we
for
lose Coach Mac?
the Lynx.
No, she's here.
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay. I think it's my end.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead, Coach Mike.
I'm most certainly pulling for the Lynx. I'm loving the way the Lynx is performing. Although I will say Connecticut is making it tough, specifically for Nafisa Collier. She
Woo!
Hey, she's definitely a force to not be reckoned with because that girl can ball. UConn bound. Let me make sure I throw that out there.
Oh, there she goes with that
UConn,
UConn stuff.
UConn bound there, but Nafisa Collier, that girl there. When I tell you
40
that motor
40,
is
girl, back to
40
back.
40 club, that motor stay running, and it is tough to stop. But I'm still pulling for the Lynx in this series here.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, the Lynx and the Suns, man, they've been balling, going back and forth. I tell you what, Collier's been on fire. I'll tell you a girl that I've really been watching a lot at Courtney Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Stepped up her game. I like her hairdo, you know. And look, I watched the game with some goofballs, okay? And all they talking about, man, I want to rub my hands through her hair. I said, man, that's all
What?
you rub your hands through her hair. Just watch the game. You know, I watched the game with some goofballs. So those guys are something else. But look, it's been really good. The Wanabana,
Mm,
whoo, her, well, she's number 24, number 25 is Thomas, Elisa Thomas.
mm-hmm. Let's see. Yep.
That's the couple, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Okay.
that's the
Just want to
couple.
make sure. 24, 25. I had to tell those guys, teacher, they're a couple, they partners, okay? And they go like, what? I said, yeah, yeah. That's why they ball like they ball.
They do have good chemistry on the floor. That is
Yeah,
very true. They
yeah.
they play very well with each other and feed off of each other very well.
They've been getting it done. I've been loving it, man. But I hope that I don't know, man. The Suns I like, the Lynx I like. Of course, the Lynx. I think they have won more games than the Suns, or maybe it's even as far as how many games they
It's
won.
even now.
As far as seasons, I'm talking about a season,
Okay.
not doing the the playoffs. It's 1-1, we know, but it's a 5 game series too.
Mm-hmm.
So daggone it, it's going to be a knockout drag out. I'm going to tell you what, it's been some passionate, competitive games as of late. And I've been enjoying all of them right down to the wire. Those girls have been playing their behinds off. The hustle and everything is tremendous. And man, I hope that the Aces can hang in there. If this is they on the banana peel.
Ooh.
So
Yes. We shall see. Now, one thing I do want to add about the Sun and the Lynx is that DeWanna Bonner officially hits the record for the most playoff appearances in WNBA history.
Mm-hmm.
And not only does she have that record, but she's still showing up to show out. I mean, putting on outstanding performances, contributing, and not, she's not down there just rotting away at the end of the bench. We can say that. And having such an impact. But I'm with you. I am pulling for the Lynx, but I think it might come down to the wire. I really see it coming down to the wire.
Mhm.
So we'll see with what happens with the semifinals soon to be wrapped up. Who will make it to the championship game and who will take it all? Now, Coach Mack, would you like to, our friendly just for fun prediction? Are you still riding with the Aces to
Of
make it
course,
all the way to the ship?
in my world, yes, but in real life,
Nobody
no.
saying that in my world,
In my
in
world,
my
yes, but
dreams.
in real life, no. I don't see the Aces making it, especially again, by like I said, Chelsea not being healthy. Obviously she is the catalyst of the Aces, and by her not being able to play healthy, that really hurts the Aces a lot more than what most people may actually see or know. Who am I pulling for? I would probably between I'm gonna pull for the Liberty,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say this because I don't see the Lynx have anybody being able to stop Brianna and oh my god, what's my post girl from
Jonquil?
Big Girl? Yeah, Jonquil Jones. I don't see the Lynx being able to really just stop those two, and obviously Sabrina. So you have that triple threat there that's going to be really really tough for the Lynx. Now, I mean, I'm not going to just knock out Kayla McBride. Obviously, she is a guard that is a
That's your
dog. So
cousin,
let's
right?
we can be, sure. Sure, why not? We got the same last name, of course. Um, but by them having the experience that they do, I think it's going to be extremely tough. And the way that the Liberty is playing, let's talk about that part because they are like on a different level during this season and throughout the season. So they've been consistent with their style of play. Um, but the way Brianna has been performing, like she probably should have performed last year as the MVP, she's definitely
Mm.
performing like she is this year. It's going to be tough to beat them.
Yeah, she wants her get back. And I and
Maybe,
I
Hmm.
yes, that's
it,
it.
it's revenge season. And I really it's tough for me. It's really tough, but a part of me wants to see they I want to see the Lynx do their thing. But I
I
also
do.
could see DeWanna Bonner getting a chance at competing for a championship, as we know, being realistic, that we are possibly looking at some of her last seasons, right? And she's put all of this work in. The resume is there, the accolades are there. What a way to top it off with another championship ring. So
And she's 37. So
exactly. We're looking at some of her last games, unless she, has the ability to be a Diana Taurasi, but we shall see. But speaking of Diana Taurasi and the OGs in women's basketball,
Hey, coach, before you go to Don, can I get my prediction?
oh, I'm so sorry, Ron. Yes. Who do you have taking it to the ship?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me, first of
Ron,
all,
listen, anything so I won't mess up my money that I have coming from you. Listen,
that's right. That's right.
take all the time you need, Ron.
No, 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 no. Uh, on the last podcast, I mispronounced Stewie's last name. I call her Teller, and I want to apologize for that. Stewie, I apologize, okay? But Stewie, she is dynamite. I'm going with New York.
Okay. Well,
Even though I do like Vegas, but like you said, Stewie and him are on it. Sabrina,
hmm
she's on it. They are on top of it. They are playing on all cylinders. They peaking at the right time.
yes.
I think it's going to be a Connecticut Sun in the finals. I'm going with the East Coast final here.
okay.
I won't make a prediction on who's going to win it until it's time. But I love the Lynx. But Bonner in the game,
hmm
woo,
It's a problem.
yes, thank you, Coach. That they are problems.
Big shot Bonner.
They problems. Yes. And I don't call her Bucket. I call Sabrina Cash. Cash money. She's cash money because when she let it go, ain't nothing but cash. So
That is too funny.
I got it in the books. Let's move on. Sorry, I had to interrupt.
No, please, no apology necessary. Um, Coach Mack, you laughing is not helping my case. Okay, I need to keep Ron on my good side.
That's,
That ain't
that's
gonna
right.
help. So
So I know we talked about it briefly amongst each other, but I just we have to talk about Teaspoon getting fired after her first
oh,
season
Right?
with the Sky. For those that don't know, Teresa Weatherspoon, first year head coach for the Chicago Sky, gets a rebuilding team, okay, because they traded away some really good talent.
Mm-hmm.
One of those talents being Gabby
Mm-hmm.
Williams, who we
Candace
witnessed,
Parker.
Candace Parker, who we witnessed put on a show. I mean, they traded away some really good talent and then turn around, have a developing team. I mean, if you're riding on your incoming rookies to be your primary players, that is a developing team.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what senior players are on the roster. If your primary players are going to be your incoming rookies, development team. And this was the first year since 2018 that they missed the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And as we saw, they just missed it. I mean, really just missed it. And Angel getting injured, Cardosa getting injured early in the season, did that have an impact on the outcome of their record? Yes, because these are players who they were relying on to come in and assist the team and being key factors for their team. So yes, these injuries very impactful for their season and for their team. But what are you guys' thoughts on one, Teaspoon being fired after the first year, and then two, what will this next upcoming season look like for Chicago Sky? And I guess really depends on who they hire, but what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, first off, I just want to know how is it that Dallas coach is still employed and they had the worst record.
Mm.
And Teaspoon had a rebuilding team, better record, and she got fired out the first year. Just want to put that out there. But next year, I feel like it's going to be another rebuilding team. You got to think about it.
Mhm.
You bringing another coach in. They're having to figure out the coach having to figure out the players, who gel, who don't. It's going to be frustrating. It will be frustrating for me as a player, but it's just going to be another rebuilding year. I hope they do better since it will. Let's say if they keep the players, because you know how that can go in the WNBA or WNBA
Mm-hmm.
world. They get rid of them like who knows what. So it's going to be rough for Chicago for at least I would say about another 2 to 3 years until they
Mm.
get someone that's going to be inconsistent and they have players that will be on the team consistently.
Mm.
Well, I've been hearing this as of late about Teaspoon's firing. They must have some idiots in the front office in Chicago Sky organization. For her, a Hall of Fame coach, person who came in and did a really good job. She was just one game or half a game out from being in the playoffs. What happened? Her star player, rookie Angel Reese, gets injured, and then it all blows up. Okay, and that happens. That happens in the league. Uh, I'm hearing that maybe the people had some words with Spoon. She couldn't handle the locker room. There was stuff going on. But you hear
Mm.
all kind of rumors and all kind of scuttlebutt what's going on. But I just think that they made a big mistake. Another thing I heard is that the Chicago Sky organization has really hadn't had that act together for a while.
Mm,
They have
I
been
can see that.
mismanagement, things for several years. Just think, last year the head coach left. He left early to get an assistant job with the Toronto Raptors. And
Mm.
then the assistant coach took over, and he was saying like, "Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I know why the coach left, and he left because the organization didn't have that stuff together." Okay, and the assistant coach said, "Well, I don't know if I really want to take this job because he took over like 3 quarters before the game season was over, and he didn't return, and they hired Spoon in April or May, one of those months, but she got hired, and then she said that if she knew that she was going to come in and get fired before she spent a whole year in the
Yes.
organization, that she wouldn't even have taken the job. And it's just an embarrassment for the Chicago Sky and the organization, because now, if you're a coach looking for a job, you definitely don't want to go to Chicago Sky. You
Right.
definitely want to go there. So I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna get. Coach Mack, Coach Johnson. Y'all might want to put y'all's application in. Y'all might get that job.
Well, if it's gonna be for a year, why not? I can
Why?
suck that up.
Hey, I can give it 1 year, and it's really not even a whole year, Coach Mac, because I don't even know if the ink fully dried on her contract. It
No, it
hasn't
Right?
been a full 12 months. I mean, it's very just shameful, actually. And it just goes to show you that there obviously are some issues in that front office. You start off by trading away some really good talent. Then, just when we think it's on the up and up, you turn around and you fire a first year coach, like you said, a Hall of Famer, someone that has a resume out of this world, and they missed the playoffs barely, barely,
Mhm.
barely missed the playoffs. And that is cause for termination. Wow. Um, Very disappointing. I don't know if anybody got the chance to hear Angel Reese's, or her read her statements that she made
I
um, in
did.
de- in defense of
Hmm.
Teaspoon. She was in shock and couldn't believe it. So it sounds like not something maybe any of the players would have expected or foreseen happening.
Yeah, Angel Reese was heartbroken. She has some choice words to say to the organization. She laid her heart out on the line for Coach Spoon, saying how much that she inspired her, how much she helped her, and how much she was going to be a friend of hers for the rest of her life.
Yeah. Look how much of a change she did with Angel's personality.
Mm.
That alone says a lot about the type of coach that Teaspoon is and the effect that she has had on her players. So I definitely understand what management could even consider to cause for her to be terminated. She could have stayed at the NBA if that's the case.
Mm.
Yeah, her
Ex-
leadership spoke volume.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, hopefully, especially with the expansion teams going on, we'll see Teaspoon at a new organization coaching. And as we know, coaches being let go, we're not done yet. We're only hitting the early stages, as we know that usually once the championship games happen, we start to see some new contracts coming in and some coaches being terminated. So we will definitely be keeping a close watch on that. But jumping over to NBA, I know we're not in the season, but we have quite a bit of activities taking place right now, as we've had Media Day take place for the NBA. And we've also had the opportunity to get the first look at some of the starting lineups that are expected to come with the league. And circling back on the conversation from earlier today about Ron winning the lottery and needing to give some money to the Lakers so that they can get
I ain't giving the
some.
Lakers nothing.
Ron,
I ain't giving your Lakers nothing.
Ron.
They ain't
They
giving them my money.
they need all of the help they can get. We're
Talk to
looking at a
LeBron James.
we're looking at a starting lineup of D'Angelo Russell, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura.
Coach, I'm laughing to myself. I'm not laughing loud, but I like
Woo!
how you said that because it sounded like it busted your balloon when you got to the end. Say that
Woo!
name again, Coach. Like he was just. Not more.
Wow, it leaves me at a loss for words, as you guys can imagine. Does that sound like a championship lineup to you guys?
Sound pretty
I thought
aggressive
you was
there.
gonna say Bronny James there for a minute.
It's gonna be kind of tough for y'all this year, at least starting out. So,
Coach Mack, does that sound like a championship starting lineup to you?
yeah, I probably won't put my money on that one.
Okay, Ron.
I ain't giving none of my money to that one. But no, that's not a starting. That's not a starting lineup. That's not an all-star lineup. That's not a championship lineup. That's not a Western Conference Finals lineup. I don't even know what kind of lineup that is. Probably a Mickey Mouse lineup. Anyway, I
It's
tell you
definitely
what. I tell you what. They got some work to do. I am
Woo.
really, really stunned, and probably you are too, Coach Johnson, that the Lakers haven't picked up anybody during the summer. I am really stunned.
Nobody.
Nobody wants to like say, I'm thinking about the Lakers, or I'm looking west, or I want to go play with AD and LeBron. Nobody's saying nothing. It's all hush hush. What's going on in your town?
Ron, that's a great question that needs answers. Jay Mitchell commented, nah, LOL. And I know that that is the clear answer about that being a starting lineup, but it's definitely going to be rough. I'm actually shocked that they haven't picked up anyone during the summer and the off season. So I don't know what the ultimate plan is. I'm starting to think that we're pulling a old 76ers move and tanking on purpose until we get enough number one
Mm,
round first round draft picks to build our team back up. No
By that
shade,
good
time,
point.
Angel. No
LeBron,
shade.
look, by that time, LeBron will be gone.
Bryce would be in the lead.
They'll be needing it. But another starting five lineup that I wanted to share, only because this person missed a great deal of last season and this season. I wanted to get your thoughts on based on the West Coast, because that's where this team is on. Uh, does this sound like a championship lineup? For the Grizzlies starting five, you have John Morant, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey.
Hmm. No, it don't sound like a championship team. To me, it doesn't.
I wouldn't say a championship team. I don't
Yeah,
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But I
yeah.
am interested to see what it's gonna look like.
Absolutely. And one reason why I really wanted to highlight Memphis as well too is because even though this is the starting lineup now, we know based on last season that it has the ability to look like something
Hmm.
totally different given all of the injuries. But what I'm also curious about this lineup and with Memphis is that now they're really one of the first teams that we've seen in a while that have gotten the chance to really utilize and see the benefit of having G League players being pulled up and also sending players down and funneling it into a system that allowed their season to keep moving forward despite all of the injuries that happened.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
Hmm.
wonder now with that if we'll see more of that from them being utilized because they've seen it work. They've seen the success that can come from it. And will other teams maybe even we'll start to see that more?
Well, according to JJ Redick, that's what they plan to do with the Lakers also is utilize the G League. He said G League is not a demotion. Those were his exact words.
Hmm.
So that's going to be interesting to see who, because they do have, I think he's 771. I can't remember his name from G
Hmm.
League. That's
Hmm.
supposed to be like a special player that the Lakers will bring in to play. So that's going to be interesting to see. Now, how often are they going to utilize G League is what I'm curious to know,
Isn't
considering
Bronny isn't
their
Bronny
starting
playing in the
lineup.
G League?
You know what? I think eventually he will. I know they've been keeping it kind of like on the hush hush in a sense. Um,
Mhm.
but I think that he's probably going to be in the G League or at least playing the G League some. I just don't think that they want to quite announce that just for publicity reasons. But
Mhm.
I feel like he's probably going to be in the G League or at least play some or starting out playing some in the G League or such as a two-way and things such as that. He should
Yeah, he should.
because he's definitely
Coach
going to need the
Johnson.
development.
Coach Johnson, when it comes to the Grizzlies, I want to see 20 games in what their record's going to be, and then I'll have a prediction for you guys.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I think there's been so much movement with players everywhere except LA, but there's been so much movement that that
I'm
we
sorry, I didn't
really
mean to laugh, but
Ron, I'm glad you're getting quite the giggle out of all of this
I'm
because
pulling for you, Coach. I'm pulling for you.
don't pull for me, Ron. Pray for me, okay? Because I'm
I'm
going to
praying for
need.
you too, and I'm laughing for you too.
Yeah. We will need it
And
all, but speaking of movement, he is having a good laugh, isn't he, Coach Mac?
He is.
I'm crying now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that is too funny. Speaking of LA, the Clippers made some interesting comments
Hmm.
about Paul George leaving to the 76ers, and I wanted to share these comments and get you guys' thoughts. But I will also chime in with my thoughts when I came across these. So for those of you that don't know, Paul George is now with the 76ers. He decided to leave the Clippers. And as you remember, the Clippers' big three being Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden. Obviously, they didn't do much as we didn't really see much of them past regular season. Same old story, different team. Um, Kawhi Leonard said, when asked about Paul George's departure, his response was, I don't look at him to be my savior.
Mm.
And I
Ooh.
said, whoa. Okay, well, let's talk about who played during the season and who didn't. But anywho, like your savior right now, you look in the mirror. Okay, that's where you can start. But quite the comment,
And injured now. Keep that in
and
mind.
injured currently.
Mm.
Very interesting. James Harden said it will involve a lot more of him. And
Of
I
course.
I didn't
What
Coach
else
Mack,
would
I
you
didn't know we
expect?
could get more of James Harden. I mean, you're already putting up 25 plus shots a game. I didn't know that there was
Hey,
You're gonna get more. You're
system,
gonna get more.
when you the system, you get what you get.
you're going to get what you get. And when Norman Powell was asked about his thoughts on having a bigger role, he said he saw it as addition by subtraction.
Mm.
Mm.
So,
Ooh.
my takeaway, it seems like it's a little animosity at the fact that Paul George left the Clippers. What are you guys' thoughts and takeaway? And then also the future prediction of that now being the new big three with Kawhi, James Harden, and Norman Powell stepping into that role.
Well, as you
Ron?
can see, they threw a lot of shade. They threw a lot of shade at GP, baby.
A
They got him.
lot.
They like, man, we're so glad you put an egg in your shoe and beat it out of here.
Right?
Man, they are like they throwing them under the bus big time in a slick way. But they ready, and they didn't say nothing about Russell Westbrook though. That's pretty good. Russell got away scot free without any shade thrown on him. But I tell you what, man, they're looking forward to having a really good season without PG.
Ooh, I mean, it's almost like you can say, who is Paul George? Paul
Don't
George, who is that?
don't say that too loud, Coach Mack. You know he's on Angels team now.
Oh, that's right. Paul George.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't know. Hey, maybe this is a better start. Hopefully,
I ain't throwing no shade on him. I'm just saying what they said about him.
that's all we saying.
That's all we
Who is
saying.
Paul George?
Let's get it
Who
straight.
is
Don't be
Paul
don't be
George?
trying to get us on Angels' bad side. We just talking about what the Clippers are talking about. about
'Cause,
PG.
I
No,
mean, it's
I
almost like they've been waiting for him to leave.
that
Yes,
well,
that's what it
that
sounds
was
like.
my takeaway. That was my takeaway. Now, where the only trouble will come in for them is if he goes to Philly and plays like Indiana Paul George.
Mm,
Indiana Paul George was a different PG. He
yeah.
played different. It's almost like as soon as he left the East, all his superpowers left with him. He didn't take that special drink with him. It's
It was a time difference. Well, no,
then
Indiana. Yep. That's right.
Central
yes,
This is all
Time.
the time
Yeah.
zone they was on.
yes, and
Yeah.
he went to Pacific time. So, it'll be interesting to see, but I'd imagine that first game matched up between the two teams, that is
Ooh.
one that we will definitely have to tune in for because based on all the shade that was thrown, if I had a guess from pretzel to ocean how salty the Clippers are feeling right now, I'd say we're we're deep ocean right now of saltiness. But one thing that I have to bring up and highlight really quick, I'll throw in there that Lonzo Ball is expected to play in opening game day. He's expected to play. We haven't seen Lonzo Ball play in 2 seasons,
No, it's been more than that.
Yeah.
2 point something seasons, because I don't think it was a full three. Or has it been a full three?
Yeah, I think it's been a full three. I think it has. You can look it up. You got that Google over there. Y'all Google that stuff. Man. Y'all
It's been a
Google.
while.
It's
It's
been
been
a
a while.
while. The fact that we can't recall lets me know it's been a long time.
Ooh, trying to remember what he even played like.
Right?
Thank you. I forgot. I forgot he was even in the NBA.
That
He still can play.
yeah, he still can play and he's looking forward to opening day. So we shall see. Lonzo Ball was, hot commodity coming out of college, and his dad definitely assisted with that. Um, And then, we haven't heard much since. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he jumps out of the gate and how he comes to play after not being able to play for so long. Speaking of another player that hasn't been able to play for a while, he recently made some interesting comments in the media during the middle of an interview where he stated, I think people forget me as a player when I'm healthy. I'm pretty good, right? Now, let's play a little game of guess that player.
I have no
Hold on.
idea.
I remember. Hold up.
I don't remember nobody saying that.
He light skinned. Look, he light skinned.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yes,
Let
yes.
me get the name and
Light
the face
skin.
together. Yep.
Coach
He
Mack,
light.
it's not even, you probably don't even remember his name. You want to know who's Paul George? Huh. You won't, huh.
Oh
This one,
gosh.
okay, it's okay. You
I
guys
see his
ready for me to
face.
tell you?
Go ahead.
Yes.
I see his face, but I can't put his name to his face.
Ben Simmons.
That's right.
Oh, I did hear
Him.
that. Did hear
Him.
that. Yes. Yes. About 2 weeks ago, I heard that. Yes.
Ben
Man.
Simmons wanted you all to know in an interview that he's tired of hearing all of the riffraff about him not being good, and that everyone has seemed to forgotten that he is an outstanding player when he is healthy.
Well,
Now,
he came
can
through. He
somebody please
provided a
name me a
bond.
time since he's been in the league when he's been healthy and has played outstanding?
I'm trying to figure out how can I get a check like them.
Yeah, there you go.
Stealing money, Coach Mack.
Stealing that.
What
That guy
can
is
I do?
stealing
Give me
money.
a
That's
check
one
like
guy that's
that.
still stealing money.
Stealing money. Jay
Yeah.
Mitchell said, "Who is that exactly?" Who is that?
Ben Simmons can't hit side of a bond. That's why he hadn't played in so long. He's been playing hurt for a while.
Now, that is one player I will say I am watching this season. I am making
Definitely.
it a point to keep tabs on Ben Simmons because,
Why are
truth
you
be
wasting your time?
told,
Why are you wasting your time?
well, Ron, I want to see if the hype is real. When you go in preseason interviews and you make comments that we the people, we the fans, that we forgot what type of player you are when you're healthy and when you're good, and we
Okay.
can't even recall a time of seeing you play good that you claim to be. I mean,
He spiked your interest.
I listen. I'm listening now. I'm watching and I'm listening.
I'm
And
giving a
so
side eye.
yeah, because it's one thing to just. I'm a person of show with action, right?
Let me
Don't
see.
tell me what you're going to do because you've been telling us for the last 3 seasons. Longer than that. And what
Yeah,
have
let
we
me see.
seen? Let me
Let me
see.
see. Let me
That's what
see.
that's why I give Zion a congratulations for actually going look up in the dictionary the word garbage definition Ben Simmons.
My goodness.
Yeah,
That's
listen.
who said that? That's a low one right there.
Well, that was our amazing producer behind the glass. And
Oh, now he doesn't play for Angels team anymore.
no.
No.
Who he got traded to,
They
Angels?
don't want. They don't want that. It's not
Who did
Charlotte.
he get traded to?
No,
Brooklyn?
Nah.
let's not forget he went to the Crooklyn Nets, went over there, and now he's out in LA because Brooklyn they didn't want him anymore. So they sent him out to LA just so he could be closer to his boo, one of the Kardashians. That's all it is. But he's
Oh,
straight up garbage. That's all he is.
he's with the Lakers?
No, I believe he went over to what was that? I believe Golden
Golden
State.
State? Golden State, okay. I didn't know where he went. I didn't know where he went.
Man, talk about a team that definitely is down the
Desperate.
drain.
Yeah.
That
Beyond
team
desperate. Straight up garbage.
that team is just completely dismantled.
Mm.
That Ben Mickey Delaney said Ben will ride the bench most of the year. That's if we see Ben make it through the league. I can see this possibly being one of Ben's last seasons at
It'll
this
be
level.
He ain't
Yeah,
worried
it
about it.
will
He
be
got
because
paid.
you got to
He
figure
get paid.
every year he comes out and he always talks about how depressed he is. This is the same guy. This is why folks shouldn't play around when it comes to mental health because he played that card. And then when he got called out, what did he do when he went to Brooklyn? He was putting sunglasses like, y'all don't see me, right? Y'all don't see me. I don't know what y'all looking at, but y'all ain't seeing me. This is what happens when you want to play the victim. And yet you thought that NBA fans, forget about just Philly alone, NBA fans saw right through you. Just like you think you're an invisible man, bro. Everybody saw right through you. So when he went to Brooklyn, I guess he thought when he came back to Philly, he was like, oh, they're going to love me. They had to have almost the National Guard come out and direct him from the hotel to the bus. He's bouncing a ball like, oh, what y'all looking at? Nothing. That's exactly what we're looking at. So good luck, LA. Y'all can have it.
I guess he's still with the Nets, from what I'm gathering.
No, he got
He's with the
traded.
Nets. Has he been traded yet, or is it in talks of being traded?
Last I checked, when they had talked about it, because he was supposed, unless, you know what, maybe LA said, nah, y'all can have him back. Because they looked it up in the dictionary too, and they thought,
They
trash,
sent
man, we
him
got
back.
enough.
They sent him back on Angels.
Sure did.
Because I think when he did media day, he was with the Nets. That was a
Okay.
couple of days ago.
Maybe that was his shadow. And then the rest of them is over in LA.
We shall see. I think somebody that has actually shown that they're serious and want to see change is Zion. We've seen and also Wimby. I want to throw Wimby out there too. Wimby has gained 25 pounds in the offseason.
Okay, well,
And that is not an easy thing for somebody that is naturally has a build like his, right? So
mhm.
Wimby putting on 25 pounds, I think we can expect to see another great season from Wimby. I think we'll maybe even see his game elevate given that he'll be playing with Chris Paul and just the knowledge, the wisdom and being able to practice every day with Chris Paul will be a huge advantage for Wimby in his growth and development in his second year. Um,
Yeah.
Zion losing weight on the other end of that spectrum, I think we might be looking at some scary hours for Zion here. I mean, he was moving the way he did while he was, bigger than what he would have liked to be, a little heavier. imagine being, 20 pounds lighter on your feet. What type
Yes.
of Zion we can expect to see?
I tell you what, Coach, the New Orleans Pelicans is an interesting team this year. They returned the majority of their players. Uh, of course, everybody thought Ingram was gonna hit the road. He's staying. They still have CJ back. Of course, you talked about the dynamic Big Z. He's gonna be doing his thing. All we gotta do is let him know that hey, you gotta step outside and hit some jumpers. You can't go inside all the time. But he's motivated. He's ready. He's determined, and we're going to see what's going to happen this year. I got to see those New Orleans Pelicans play preseason real soon.
Nice.
Coach Mack?
I'm excited to see Zion just slide on through this floor because he's gonna be all over the place since he done lost that 25 pounds. Let's go, Zion. Let's go, baby. Okay,
It's
I
like
see you
a
out there.
crazy boy.
You're gonna be all over the floor. Hey,
Just
maybe
ride
he felt like
all
the
over.
weight. He gonna be all over the floor. Zion gonna be here, there, and everywhere. He's like, look at Zion move. Hey, y'all better
No,
watch out.
I'm excited.
TMZ.
I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll definitely see a more improved player, and also a different player. You move different when you tap
Yes,
dancing,
indeed.
right? You move a little different
Yeah.
when you tap dancing versus when you stomp in the yard. It's a whole different type of movement. So it'll be interesting to see. But I want to get you guys' thoughts, bump it or dump it, and your yays or nays on why. But Big Cat to the Knicks.
Great
First,
move. Great move, in my
it
opinion.
is. I just
Uh,
I'm gonna miss that trio though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that trio, the Villanova boys. But I guess I can understand why DiVincenzo wanted to kind of get out of that shadow of being
mhm.
the Nova boys. But I mean, like, hey, like you said, Ron, it's a good move. I think it's a good move. But I just wish they could at least kept that piece.
Yeah, I wish they would have kept that, but you understand, like money talks. It makes it
Mm-hmm.
makes guys do some strange things. But also, Big Cat wanted
It
the
changed.
Big Cat wanted to get out of town because he was tired of people talking about the Ant Man more than him. So
Mm.
Mm.
so he wanted to move on, and he did. And everybody in New York, especially Spike Lee, is talking like, "Oh, we got something going on up in here now." So with the Big Cat being there, they can run their pick and rolls and they're popping out, hitting it from threes and all of that. And Jalen may have found the guy, but my boy Julius Irvin, Julius Randle, is a guy that may make things happen down there in Minnesota. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They got rid of several players for Minnesota, so you know, bringing in the new couple of guys is gonna work well for them.
Okay. Okay. Coach Mack?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm looking forward to seeing what New York is gonna look like, especially with Cat, and then you got a guard like Jalen who looks for you. So that's one of the things that I think Cat is probably gonna appreciate greatly is because of the type of guards that he will have surrounding him. I definitely think it's gonna make them a complete team. As far as Minnesota, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this dynamic is gonna work. But I mean, they were a really, really good defensive team. I think Julius would be good fitting in that part. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take for them to gel.
Yes, I do agree. Now, I have a controversial question.
Uh-oh.
So, whose team is it for New York?
It's
I'm
Jalen's
still,
team.
I'm still going with Jalen. I'm still
Okay.
going with
Okay.
Jalen.
Now, Ron, you mentioned that you think, Big Cat might have been feeling a type of way that Ant-Man was getting all the love. And right now, that's Jalen City, and they love him with the Knicks. What
He
is
ain't
that
But
going to
going to
New
look
York
like?
taking over Jalen's team. I know that's one thing. They're gonna welcome Big Cat in. They're gonna say, "Yo, Big Cat, come on up in here and give us a hand." But you ain't did nothing. This is still Jalen's team. You got to, get Jalen to say some stuff about you. Don't be
Yeah.
coming up here thinking this your team. No, it's Jalen's team. You should
Yeah.
know that, Coach Johnson.
Uh-oh. Listen, I just have to ask Ron, we'll and I guess we'll see, like you said, how the first 20 games go. We really can't make any real decisions until after the first 20 games and see what that looks like. But for the last few minutes remaining in the show, I wanted to talk to you all about the in-season tournament. And
Mm.
who do we predict? Now, the Lakers won the, I guess if you would call it the in-season tournament championship. I almost don't even feel right calling it a championship. I guess we could it's almost like an exhibition championship. Is that such a thing?
Pretty much what it is.
So,
Preseason,
Preseason,
preseason
preseason.
tournament. Preseason tournament. That's what it is.
That's what it is. But go
and
ahead, Coach.
I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on. I feel like last year they were able to build up a lot of hype around it because it was the first time that they were having it. So they were able to build, they got, new courts. They really put money into making this a thing, right? For NBA and what to expect in the early part of the season. But realistically, how long do we think this will last? Do you think there will be that same level of excitement and just kind of like the effort that guys were putting towards that first season of it? Do we expect to see that coming up?
I think I think maybe 2 more years they'll keep experimenting with it. In 2 more years, and then if it doesn't work, they're gonna get rid of it because I really don't see nothing special about
No.
it. I really don't. I mean, just let the guys play. What they're trying to do is motivate the guys to say, "Hey, we're trying to motivate y'all. Y'all win a little money. Y'all play in this little in-season tournament, so y'all can win some money, so y'all can get motivated and try to play like the girls are playing. The girls come out there, they smoking and going. They
Mm.
getting it done. They competitive. They up and down the court. The guys are just going through the motions, and they want to try to get it competitive to where the fans are saying, "Yeah, y'all playing hard. I'm getting my money's worth." But the fans ain't
Mm.
getting their money's worth with the guys. You're getting your
Mm.
money's worth with the girls, though. Them ladies out there doing that thing. I got to give it to them. They show and tell them.
They
Yeah.
are. They really are. Coach Mack, did you have anything to chime in?
I'll probably get about a couple of more years.
Yeah.
I mean, because you still have people trying to figure it out. People in the
Yeah,
league still trying to figure it out. Yeah, I give it a couple more years.
Yeah, if you ask me, I'll say, hey, they can go ahead and cut it now, wrap it up and let the Lakers be the one and onlys and let them have that because they
oh,
won't
that's why she want to cut it because the Lakers.
Ron
That's what.
they won't have anything else for a while. So,
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
go
right.
ahead and
That's
give
the
them that
only hope.
participation trophy and let them be the
There
standalones
you.
for that participation trophy that they received.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I
Oh
stand
yeah,
corrected.
Ron. This is going to be a tough year for me, so it's okay. You won't
Yeah.
get me gearing up to go to bat for the Lakers this season. We'll see, because
Yeah.
you
You
know how I
scraping from
ride
the
about the
bottom of the
home
barrel,
team.
huh? You heard what I said? You scraping from the bottom of the barrel, huh?
I'm scraping, Ron. One last thing that I have to bring up before we wrap it up. I know we've hit 5 minutes over. Soon we'll wrap it up, but I wanted to comment on the Draymond Green said about how he plans to guard Klay Thompson when the season
Oh,
starts. Ron, it's
Assault,
your boy, Ron.
assault and battery.
Assault and battery, okay?
He
exactly
told me
what
the
that's
assault.
gonna be.
He told me gonna be assault and battery. That's what he told me.
It's going to be
I'm gonna get it
straight.
out there early. And be no surprises.
He
Yeah.
said that he is going to run through his chest.
Kobe moment.
Kobe moment. A straight Kobe moment. But the sad thing is that while we laugh, he's probably wasn't joking.
Oh, he ain't joking. He's for real. He's for real. He's gonna
he
try to hurt him.
He was very serious, unfortunately. But I am looking forward to that matchup. And I'm also looking forward to Klay Thompson coming out with his new team, hopefully in a new mental space and
Yes,
ready to come out and play and show them why he is Klay Thompson.
I get to
That
watch
Jordan
them
Brand guy,
Sunday.
that
They
new
have open
Jordan Brand
practice.
guy.
Yes, they got open practice this Sunday, so I'll be going to watch that, and I'm really excited about watching it.
Okay,
Oh,
Coach
that's
Mac.
awesome.
That'll be real
So
nice.
cool.
You'll have to send us a little report, a little update after, and let us know how it's looking. Because if it's looking like 1-7, it's going to be a long season for you guys too.
We got too many shooters on the team now, so we
We
ain't gotta
No,
just depend. We
Now,
ain't gotta
what
just
y'all need is
depend on Luka.
defenders.
you never
That
have too
part.
many shooters.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing. We got too many shooters now.
Oh,
The
okay,
Now,
okay.
defense,
Coach Mac, yeah, the
whew,
defense. Did
now
y'all
that
get
part.
some more defenders?
Now it's gonna be a high scoring game. Just know that.
The first
That's
to
That's all I got to
120 win. You know
say.
that.
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Luca, Kyrie, Clay. Who else they got?
Everybody. We got whoever touch it. That's us. We letting that thing fly.
I don't even know if it's enough possessions for them.
It ain't. It ain't. It's gonna be a high scoring game. That's all I got to say.
And
Ah,
likely rebounding.
Yeah. If
well,
it's in the area, yeah.
yes, big if on that. But oh, I am looking forward to the NBA starting. As you all could tell, we're all very excited. And as we are on the horizon of the WNBA wrapping up, still semifinal games to go, championship games left to go, and it will be interesting. So we are looking forward to that. But that is the end of our show tonight here on Talking Hoops. It has been great as always. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and joined in on the laughs and fun and the raw basketball talk that we have here on Talking Hoops. And we look forward to seeing you all next week.
Bye
Any
now.
closing statements? And we're back. Really quick, I have to give shout outs to our producer behind the glass, Angel Martinez, with Sports Radio 102.9 The Game. Be sure to tune in, download the app. You can visit the website at sr102.1thegame.com, where you can catch replays of Talking Hoops and other outstanding sports shows hosted and produced by the lovely Angel Martinez. So, again, we look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday.
Be